Hello and welcome to another episode of the FPL Hangover podcast, where we raise the bar and lower the tone on things FPL related. We are coming to you on the 16th of February. It is a Wednesday, to the best of my knowledge, and game week 25 has ended. Double game week 25 is done. We're heading straight into, again, a double game week 26. And here to discuss that with me are my two podcast partners in crime. Seamus, how are you getting on?
I'm doing oakley dokley.
And Paddy, how do you do, my friend?
I'm good. Good to be back.
Excellent. So before we kick into the regular fun FPL action that was game week 25, I would just like to take a moment and congratulate Paddy on somehow managing to put up with myself and Seamus for the last year. And it's basically your first year under the FPL Hangover hug, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor and it's been a privilege.
Yeah. Did congratulations come across as weird there? Because do you say that to someone on the anniversary?
Yes. Yeah, you congratulate them.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I was like, imagine doing that to your missus on Valentine's Day or something, which just happened. Oh, congratulations.
You probably wouldn't do it to your missus, no.
No.
Not on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, sorry.
But you would say for your birthday, say congratulations on reaching another year.
Oh,
not dying.
there we go. I don't feel so bad.
I'm here a year, so if I'm here a year, that means happy birthday to your child. Seamus.
Yes, that's true.
1 year. 1 year
birthday
old.
yesterday, and it was one of the most stressful days of my life. So I've already explained that pre-pod and got that out of my system. But I feel like I have been a successful parent in getting her to.
Yeah,
this
congratulations for
point
keeping
in
your
life.
daughter alive for a year.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
that's exactly how you offer your congratulations there, Jer, now. You know?
Yeah, he nailed it.
It's not easy. They're basically lemmings. So well done.
Yeah, and she's starting to walk and crawl now, so soon she will try. She keeps trying to crawl into the fire, so I'm going to have to get a bigger fire guard.
There you go. Lemmings.
Or another
done.
kid. You know, you just got to you let nature take its course. I mean, I'm not a parent. I'm the only one.
If I was given any advice, I would throw a dart in your missus right away again, because it's good to get them all out of the way nice and early, so then you can, you have there's no point in getting one reared and then having to reset and fucking
lose all your sleep at the start. Just lose all your sleep for 2 or 3 years, and then you'll have it back again.
Yeah, give it up. Yeah, that's it.
I think you're right. You're right.
We've gone for those just tuning in. We've gone the life coach style, and we'll only be talking about parenting tips, maybe the odd romantic night in. Fuck FPL. We're done with that.
I watched Marry Me at the weekend. That new J-Lo film.
Any good?
What?
Yeah,
that one with Owen Wilson in it.
Yes.
I saw the trailer for that. That looks like the oddest.
I went into it. I didn't want to watch it.
You're a liar. You fucking were dragging her to it.
I smiled. It was one of those where I just smiled the whole way. It was a smiley film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, but the film. Oh, I was wondering.
Yeah, and I watched Tommy and Pam, or Pam and Tommy.
Yeah, I heard there's a bit of tit in that.
Yeah, and there's a bit of Willy.
Yeah, he hangs dong. It's CGI dong, isn't it?
It talks.
Yeah, hangs dong.
It has a full fucking talks. Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, really?
He's got a soft puppet.
Yeah, it was like, I've never seen anything like it. He was just standing there with his knob out, and it was fucking chatting.
That's
not being done.
I couldn't watch it once I realized it was produced by Disney or made by Disney. I was like, no, this is weird.
It's stars.
I don't.
But anyway,
it's Disney Plus.
Well, I can't. Can I tell you? There's a lot of shagging in it. There's a. Do you know who plays Tommy?
Yeah, Bucky Rogers.
I couldn't fucking believe it. I couldn't believe it.
It looks a bit weird. I mean, he looks a bit. I don't know. I don't buy it.
Nah, he nailed it.
They could have got Tommy Lee's dick back in. I reckon they could have stunt doubled Tommy Lee. He would have got his cock out for the real movie. I think.
Yeah, but he was a cock. If that's what he was really like, he was.
But he's a rock star. What the fuck do you expect? Sorry, Seamus, go on. What were you saying?
Let's make sure in the clip notes to this episode we say skip past the first 5 minutes where we talk about TV shows parenting, and just insert whatever we set up.
I feel like
an amazing intro. People would like this.
I feel like we gave apt warning when we said what direction we were taking this in.
Yeah.
No, but to bring it back, it does feel like we all had terrible game weeks, and we're trying to just avoid FPL talk. That's not the case, because I believe you were pretty happy with your game week 25, Seamus.
Yeah, I was saved at the death in two separate
You
occasions.
son of a bitch.
One in the West Ham game and one in the Man United game. So yeah, I had a bit of luck in that. I had bad luck with the
I
dunk red
better
cards.
just say bit of luck. What are you talking about? Two in the one game week? That's
I didn't
crazy.
see it.
That's
I
crazy.
I didn't see. I
Son of
watched
a
the West
bitch.
Ham game, but I didn't see the United game. It wasn't on TV.
That's
So
I didn't.
I got the alert.
That's fair enough. With just to go back to you not watching the West Ham game, I was watching it. Turned it off like with the last minute, or I had to leave the room for the last minute. I was 100% sure this was grand. Didn't realize till about 12 o'clock that night when I checked my phone before going to bed that Dawson had scored. I was like, I saw some random tweet on Twitter going, "Oh, Dawson, you're my man," or something, and I was like, "What the fuck you talk about?" The prick blanked, like last year's clean sheet, -1, and then yeah. That was a late shock for me personally, but there you go. I knew you'd enjoy it.
I actually started him. He wasn't one of these guys who got him off the bench. No, I actually started him. I got Livermento off the bench for Cancelo, who's the only player that didn't play. I would have had a blank for De Bruyne as well, but I sold him this week for Fernandes. I considered the Ronaldo move. I knew you'd have Ronaldo. I kind of gambled that maybe you couldn't afford to get Fernandes too. So
but I already had Salah, so I was never going to get Bruno.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to hope Ronaldo blanks, and then Fernandes scores. Of course, Ronaldo scored. It was like a dog. Wasn't watching that. Then all of a sudden, I get the news that Dunk has had a yellow card VAR'd up to a red, and that pissed me off because that had been one of my transfers in, and it had been pretty good. He was on 5 points before the game, so I was looking for 6 or 7. I was already annoyed that I didn't get Veltman, who got bonus points, Lamptey, who got an assist, or Webster, who got a goal.
Everyone got double digits basically for Brighton except Dunk.
I know. Cucurella, I think, even got 6 or 8 points or something like that, and I'm there with Dunk with 2. It's like just bad luck. So that was my bad luck story, which was because I thought he would be good for a goal, but no, it turns out Dawson was the guy who's good for a goal. I did see the end of that game, and I was just waiting for it to be ruled out because it kind of came off his arm, and it was about the sleeve, so I was like, that might go based on those kind of if it's above a certain size of the sleeve kind of rule that they were talking about back.
You're living in the past, man.
God knows what the rule is now. But either way, that's come off a part of his arm that before shouldn't really be given. That should be a handball. So I'll take it. Take the luck. And then obviously the Fernandes late. Not the first time he's done it against Brighton, but I again still haven't even seen the highlights. I heard he missed an open.
You did, yeah. Ronaldo put on a play for him, and he just keeper made a save. But yeah, no, I mean on a personal level, obviously that was massive because I did have Ronaldo captain. Paddy, you were Ronaldo captain as well, didn't you? Yeah. So the two of us had myself and Paddy were one of those non-Bruno owners, and yeah, game week 25 left it late in the game week for a dramatic twist, and that was a hell of a one. It was more of a slow realization for me because. I've been so happy with the Ronaldo goal and the fact that my transfer in this week to Hale was, on for, 7 points. I was like, oh, okay, great. This has all gone well. Bruno's blanked, blah, 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 blah. And then when he scored, it was more of a kind of like, just the paint kind of dripping from your face. You wear makeup when you watch Man United, don't you?
Yeah.
We
all wear clown paint.
Yeah, well, Juggalo for life. Juggalo for life, yo. But so it was a slow reaction.
Good move with the De Gea transfer. What's that? 10 points. Did
10
you have
points
a keeper?
from. I didn't have a keeper. But enough with the points. Let's talk about those of us who didn't have such a good game week. And of course, Paddy, I'm going to go straight to you. How did game week 25 go for you?
Yeah, well, was as every game week starts, I was optimistic and looking forward to it. And then Ronaldo blanked, and was that the early kickoff? Yeah.
In the first of the fixtures against Brentford or against
so.
Southampton.
I think the pain kicked in early for this game week, and then that was fine. I was like, yeah, it's another game week. I had De Bruyne and Cancelo. I was like, this will be good because not many might have De Bruyne. They've probably shipped him back for Salah. He didn't start, and Cancelo didn't start either. So that was fucked. I'd made a transfer as well. I thought I'd get rid of Bernardo so I could bring in some funds to ship De Bruyne out for the double game week. So I brought in Trossard.
Classic.
He didn't start. Came on at the end for a point.
Played in the second match and got 57 minutes or 59 minutes.
Something
maybe.
Shit like that. And my two big scores were Ronaldo, captain, and Sanchez, who got me 8. And I got Livramento off the bench for 1. 38 points.
So you're looking into an abyss right now.
Yeah.
Like,
fuck. So for a little recap, okay. I remember back in the pod, we had the group hug. Seamus says, Paddy, he hit me a slap. He says, play ABC FPL.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2.5 million. So I knuckled down, got back up to 600k. I think probably up to a couple of weeks ago. All of a sudden now that has started to deteriorate again. I'm down now to 1.1 million. Almost 1.2, well, I should say.
What were you before this week, Paddy? Because obviously that was a big red arrow this week.
Yeah, that was a big one. Let me see if there's a way of just having a quick look at that.
Oh, I just pulled it up. Actually, I found your team.
Yeah,
you actually didn't drop too much considering the score. Yeah, you dropped.
That's the benefit of having a shit game week 24 as well. Because I'm in this exact same boat as Paddy. Exact same boat. I've been like, obviously, I'm 40k at the moment, so no, I'm not in the same boat. But it's been a shit couple of weeks where I've just seen red arrow, and any decisions I make isn't working. But yeah, it was a rough game week 25 for the two of us. I mean, I'm not only did we have the Trossard debacle, I'm annoyed he's even in my fucking team. But you transferred him in.
Trossard as well.
Yeah, I've Trossard as well. So you transferred him in, so I feel even worse for you because I just had to sit with him, and then hope COVID went away in the period that he was in my fucking team. And basically Rafinha going off at halftime in the Leeds match was really, that was like, all right, you know what? Whatever about the City rotation, like okay, whoop whoop. I didn't have KDB, so I didn't have the worst of it. But Rafinha going off at halftime when Leeds are chasing a 2-0 deficit, you think to yourself where? I watched the second half for 5 minutes before I realized Rafinha wasn't on the pitch. I was like, where the fuck is Rafinha? I was going, and then I started looking. Did he move him to number 10? Or does it? And then because I saw you brought on Roberts and someone Forshot maybe or something. I was like, oh, where the hell is Rafinha? And then I looked at live score and went, you gotta be kidding me. And so then I turned off the match. And I was like, you know what, I'm done.
I was surprised when I saw that he came off at halftime because I didn't realize until all the games were over, and I was like, oh, he didn't do too well. Oh, he must have got booked. It was like, no, he came off at halftime. I was like, oh, that was surprising because apparently it was tactical and not an injury.
No, it wasn't an injury, which I suppose is that a good thing? It wasn't tactical either. I think it was he's fucked tired. Is what
kind of fatigue.
Yeah, because the whole internationals.
But I think it was tactical in so far as it was.
He was too fucked to employ the tactics. Yeah.
Well, I think it was like he was only ever going to get like a half. So they either started him or came on after halftime or something like that. So they took a chance starting him. It was like he's not going to last 90, so we're going to just take him off now and change formation or something. I think he'd be okay for the double, but they're not nice fixtures for the double. Liverpool and United, is it?
Yeah. He was in my team before, and I think Paddy got him in around the same time, or maybe you've had him for Yonks. But before the doubles were really announced and you just knew Leeds were on for a double, I kind of got him in, did some nice fixtures, I think like Newcastle and all this kind of shit, which I don't think he did anything for. But when the double of Liverpool and who are they playing this week? Liverpool and United, yeah. I was like, I mean, maybe that's not ideal. Not for a player that's just got hooked at halftime. It's like, oh shit. He's there now and I'm not worried about it. But that was just kind of an example of Game Week 25 for myself and Paddy, non-Bruno owners, and getting shafted by the differentials that we had in our team. At least you don't own Salah, Paddy, and he did jack shit for you this week. I had the advantage.
I got away with
you got away with it. I didn't. So there's there's swings and roundabouts, folks. That was Game Week 25. Before we move away from Game Week 25, and we're gonna have a look at Game Week 26 this evening. Obviously, it's a double game week and with the blank following the game week 27, there's lots to be looking at. We're going to take the approach of free hitting, and we're also going to have a special at the end of the show, a bit of a look at a dissection, I think, of Paddy's team and where that lies ahead of game week 26. Because as you said, you're in the million zone and you want to get yourself out, and me and Seamus aren't, and this is like an interesting way to kind of frame it. It's like, if we were down there, what the fuck do we do? So we're going to leave that towards the end of the show, but before we move on, game week 25, all said and done, what's your overall rank, Seamus?
I'm up to 88k now, so that last minute Bruno goal was going to drop me from 98k to about 108k, so I was about to drop 10k places, but instead I gained about 10k places, so that was a big, even though I still got, because it was the second goal of the game, it gave me a -1 for Duncan, because even though he sent off, he still gets the minus points. I
did actually use that as a little bit of solace when I was counting.
He got the full 3 bonus points as well for Bruno.
Yeah, it took.
But
it took
I
it off
assume
Ronaldo.
he went
That's what I
from
loved. It just took
faster, like
took
the extra kick in the fucking nutsack that was.
But you can hopefully correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming he had no bonus points before that, because why would he?
None.
Yeah. So not only did it take
Massive.
Ronaldo's extra point, but it was just such a fucking dramatic twist. It was like, really.
Yeah.
And, you know, as a United fan, that you're kind of torn because United had the game sewn up. 2-0
anyway,
score. It was 1 scoring in the 97th minute isn't going to change that fucking performance that I watched. So it's not like I went massively mad that Bruno scored. You know, I was still like, oh, okay. Oh, wait, that's actually fucking.
Yeah, I've been in that
FPL-wise.
situation before where you're like, well, that's just completely unnecessary. That didn't have to happen to stick the boot into my game week score. Yeah.
It didn't need to happen at all.
It was fucking tragic. It was. I mean, not for you, obviously, Seamus, but I mean,
you're on the opposite end of that stick.
You fucking nailed it. It was a twist.
Yeah, he was my second highest point scorer this week. I scored 69 in the end. Woo, dirty score.
It was a bigger twist in the end of the 6/10.
Giggity.
Yeah, Bowen is the only one that outscored him on my team, so I kind of pretty much, I'm going to count that as a captain decision, success. Bowen, what a legend.
Yeah, because it obviously fucking is a captain decision success. But I will say that there was an extreme slice of jammy bread in that decision. Yeah. It was crazy.
I still didn't even see the goal. Was it a jammy goal or what was it?
No, it was like Brighton shoving everything up into United's box and Pogba getting fouled on the counter and playing a quick free kick to Bruno, who was true on goal. Now, like, it was nice in the sense that Bruno's... No, he didn't miss it.
Yeah, I know he didn't, but...
Did you see it, Paddy? Because a lot of people, as Seamus said, you have the dodgy box, though. You're like me. You're hip. You're cool, right? You watched the United match, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I think I say this. But either way, it was a lovely actual finish. He set the keeper down, scored. But as a Ronaldo owner, and you being Bruno, Ronaldo was true on goal. It was actually Ronaldo kind of obviously forcing the defender to make a decision. Veltman deciding whether it's going to be Bruno or Ronaldo he covers, and Bruno just kind of dummying, sitting Sanchez down and scoring. It was like, oh yeah, that could have went hard. That could have went a lot better. Could have passed that to Ronaldo and he could have scored. And I'm sitting there with 2 Ronaldo goals and we're all laughing, and Bruno's got a shitty assist. But
I was sure when I saw the score coming up saying 2-0. Whatever way I looked at it, I refreshed my FPL team and I saw the points go up. But whatever way I did the quick math in my head, I thought Bruno got the assist. I was like, just don't be a Ronaldo goal. And then I checked who got the goal. It was Bruno who got the goal. So I was like, okay, I've done that completely wrong.
You must just start fapping off, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of air fisting.
His wife was asleep on the couch.
There was a lot of there's a lot of
Bruno. Yeah, and De Gea then with 10 points. So I had some good scores there. I mean, a lot of dross in there too. Jota came off the bench. Dennis with his typical 1-pointer for his stupid yellow king.
So that's the only saving grace is you still have 2 Watford fucking strikers. Like, fuck, and they're doing so shit for you, and their fixtures, like, every single week, I'm like, would I rather have had Ronaldo or 2 Watford strikers if I could have picked between the 2? I'm like, at least every week.
Yeah, but at least they cost fuck all. I mean,
but they have a double now as well, so you kind of have to play them,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play them this week because I mean, like my bench this week. We'll get on to 26. But look, the takeaway from here is I got into the top 100k again last week up to 98k. gone up another 10k. I'm up to 88k now, so kind of back doing okay again. I've been around this point, and then I've fallen back outside 100k. I've been bouncing around between 90k and 150k or 130k for the last since before Christmas, and it's just 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. So hopefully I can just keep edging forward.
Yeah, I think that's a good lesson for anyone learning how to masturbate. So Paddy, you're outside the top million. Seamus,
I'm outside top
you're just inside the 100k, and I've dropped like a stone from 20k 2 weeks ago to 42k, so it's all red arrows for me. That's game week 25. Time to move. Actually, we're going to do something a little bit of a throwback, a little bit special this week. We decided, considering all the fucking shit that's happening with game week, double game weeks, blank game weeks, we'd open up the drunk tank for a week and get a few questions in, and we got a few floating around. So Seamus, you don't have the questions, I have the questions. I guess
I have one of them in front of me. That's about it.
All right, well then surprise me. What is it? Go for it.
So I have Amerino's question in front of me. That's at Amerino. He was asking, look, his dilemma this week: start Pogba and bench Watkins or Cash, or start Cash, bench Pogba. I don't know why he's done all the permutations.
Yeah, I think it's start. Who do you start and who do you bench?
Start one out of these three: Pogba, Watkins, and Cash, and bench the other two. But he's laid out the options there very, very diligently. We're not allowed to ask why he has all three of those. Okay, so we'll skip past that.
But then Pogba's been taken away. Has he slightly under?
I considered Pogba.
Do you want to say who the three players are? Because you didn't actually read it. You didn't say who the three players are. You said Pogba, Cash, and who's the third? Watkins. All right, so start one of those three.
Yeah. Against Leeds, I'd be tempted, especially after being benched, I'd probably start Pogba, if I'm honest. But other than that, it would be Cash. Actually, no, I take it back. It might be Cash.
So basically, Villa single game week at home to Watford.
That has to be a clean sheet. Like, that's a lock, right?
Yeah, considering how poor Watford's attack has been of the last couple of weeks, like crazy low. Man United, Pogba against Leeds, and what was the other one?
It was Watkins, so that's against, but that's an attacker against Watford or a defender against Watford. I'd go for the defender against Watford, especially Cash, who's a fullback.
I just avoid it and go Pogba, and then hope he doesn't play. And I mean, like I'm just like, if I have Pogba in my team, I want him starting. Why the fuck is he even there? Fuck that. Hopefully Aston Villa Watford's like 1-1. Dennis, boom, 96 minutes.
There's not a whole lot in it. I'm trying to think.
He's got a lovely cat, Amir.
He does, yeah.
He does, yeah. I'm just wondering, have Watford scored since Roy Hodgson's come in to manage him? Because I don't like they've blanked 3 games in a row. I think they scored against Newcastle.
They lost 2-0 to Brighton. They lost 1-0 to West Ham. There was a
3-0 to
Norwich, and
that was his last game. That was Ranieri's last game in charge, was it?
Yeah. So no, Watford haven't scored. I don't think Watford has scored. I think I was looking at the lowest attacking XG involvement, whatever the fuck that's called, XGI. It one of the lowest in like the whole of Europe or something like that.
All I know is they haven't scored since I brought in Dennis for that double game week.
I had him sitting there a while,
and then he got sent off.
So that's what I mean. I think that's a nailed-in clean sheet, and with a full back like Cash, there could be an attacking return there. He could get that Digne 12-pointer that he got a few weeks ago. So yeah, I'd probably start him. Like Ollie Watkins has been doing nothing, and I think after losing to Everton, was it Everton they lost to this week?
Villa.
Villa.
They did. They lost 3.
They lost to Newcastle 1-0.
Who the fuck did Everton beat?
Leeds. They smashed Leeds. I got those ones mixed up. But after losing to Newcastle, I think Gerrard came out afterwards and he was pretty scathing and kind of indicated that there's going to be some changes for the next game. So that could be Ollie Watkins, who's kind of not been playing well anyway. That could be him. Moved, shifted, dropped. Who knows? Ings could be back in because Ings has been pushed out of the team. So I would go Cash or Pogba. It's really
you're going Cash, Paddy. What do you? I know you, Seamus. You're just you love your shitty 5 mil defender clean sheets, even if it is you know.
I would just go fucking Pogba if you have him now. Like for Leeds, you may as well.
And
stick with him,
Pogba didn't start against Brighton. He did come off the bench, so you know there's a good chance he does start against Leeds, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm with Paddy. I go Pogba just for the fuck of it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see Paddy. No, I could see Pogba getting 5 points in that game. You know, I could see him getting assists, but you know, I can see Leeds scoring as well at the same time. But then I can see, you know, Cash easily getting just 6 points. But he also has the possibility of getting more. So I don't know. It's not going to be much in it. I wouldn't lose too much sleep over it. But I think Ollie Watkins would not be the one.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the other two.
I think Seamus is saying that you should make some serious life questions about why he does 3 on your team in the first place. Second question, Nuclear Adams at FPL_Adams. The winner of our manager of the month in December, actually. That's a very genuine clap.
Wow. Boss.
Well
done.
I didn't actually say this on air last week, but I did tell you before we hit record. Went to post his manager of the month's little goodie pack, and turns out we're not shipping to Bangladesh at the moment. And yeah, I was going to check that off my bucket list.
We as in
the country of Ireland. My apologies.
The postage, they just are not posting to that country.
Not me, as in my family and my heritage, my name. We've decided.
Yeah, we
have nothing against Bangladesh.
Yeah.
It sounded a bit like we.
When you say it like that, Paddy,
I love Bangladesh.
When you say it like that, it just comes across as Jerry Adams. You know, we have nothing against Bangladesh. You know, I was like, fuck me.
Well, there you go. So just want to, clear that up.
But yeah, that is, I spoke to him and he's happy to wait until COVID restrictions are lifted and stuff. But he does get a question in tonight, and he asks, should he still keep Bruno Fernandes? He's in a bit of a funk with these transfers, and the only thing he can think of is a -8 to get rid of Ronaldo, Gray, Laporte for Salah, Tierney, and a Burnley forward. So he's sitting with Fernandes in the centre of his team, and he doesn't have Salah. So for me, like straight away, I'm just going, Fernandes needs to go for Salah right now. Do you guys agree, Paddy?
Well, like Salah has a double game week.
Yeah, he does for sure. Yeah.
And I sound kind of hypocritical.
That's what's funny, because I know where you're going from with this.
Because I didn't have Salah, and I was just going to stick with KDB. But I guess, if you don't want to be fucked, in this week, you probably need to have Salah.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thinking of other ways of getting him in, but yeah, do I still keep Bruno Fernandes? For me, if I have Fernandes in my team right now, considering how lackluster United have been over the last few weeks and how much I definitely want Salah this week, don't care if there's risk of rotation, Champions League, all that shit, I don't care. I really want him for home matches against Norwich and Leeds, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going straight for Fernandes to Salah the easiest way I can. Seamus, thoughts?
Yeah, he's got $1 million in the bank. I'm just looking at his screenshot there.
Yes.
So, I mean, I definitely sell Bruno. Yeah, no problem doing that. Definitely get Salah in. He's obviously got to fund it. So, yeah, Ronaldo out. That seems legit. So, I'd sell. Should I keep running first? Is he talking about selling Gray?
Yeah, well,
Bruno?
Gray's like injured, and I get it. But he is asking, do I still keep Bruno Fernandes? That's the main point.
What he's saying, sell Ronaldo, Gray, Laporte for Salah, Tierney, and Burnley.
He's thinking of taking the -8.
Or is he saying, I would probably just sell Ronaldo and Bruno, and I would bring, you can get someone better than the Burnley forward then for that, because I don't think we're going to find out about Weghorst. Dyche is always just really cagey when it comes to injuries. He's touch and go. Well, let's see. Doesn't really say too much more about it, whether they're available or are completely unavailable. He'd say that for 3 or 4 weeks, and the player would be out all the time. So I'm happy to wait till 27 to see if I want to get him in, if he plays 1 or 2 games in 26. Plus, he could come back and get injured again, if he did something with his knee. So, yeah, and I don't know if you want to go for Rodriguez. I'd go for somebody, though. I mean, I'd bring in Broha, or I would bring in, like Jimenez, or I would bring in Lacazette maybe. It's dangerous with Lacazette because then you got to worry about having enough players for game week 27. But I bring someone in, downgrade Ronaldo, use the cash. I just go Bruno to, what's his face, Salah, and do that.
Is he doing this for a -8?
talking about doing it for -8. Look, one of the questions there, he's talking about Laporte to Tierney. Don't really think that's necessary.
No,
you know, you have an Arsenal defender. Maybe you could do it, but like, I like Laporte. Why would you sell him?
But what about the Wolves
Laporte's on my
defenders?
bench.
Seamus, like you were saying, you know, remember?
Wolves defender's good too, but again, I don't really see the reason to get rid of Laporte. I mean, like, yeah, Tierney could be an amazing option. Wolves defender could be a great option. Yeah, I mean, if I had the money, I'd get rid of Laporte for Robertson, you know, and have double that. You know, you'd have Jota, Salah, and Robertson then, and then you have White, but then you'd probably have to sell one of them next week to get a starting 11 out. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like the moves. If he's thinking of those moves, I'd endorse it, but I don't think you could find a different way to do -4. Yeah, get rid of Ronaldo, get in Salah, and probably maybe get rid of Bruno Fernandes. But maybe you can keep one of them and have a captaincy for 2027.
Yeah. I mean, like, you could like probably drop Ronaldo down to a Broja and turn Gray into a Salah. I'm assuming that would work.
Maybe.
You know, money-wise, that probably would just about work. I haven't worked it out there, but 5.5 for Gray, and 12 point, and he's $1 million in the bank, so 12.5 down to Broja. That's fucking saving you like 7.5 right there, or something like that. 7.2 or something like that, and 8.2. Yeah, there you go. That's your Salah money right there. So that's probably. Yeah, and then you get to keep your Fernandes for Leeds and the Watford match, which is the big thing. Yeah, you do have that spot covered. I think that definitely sounds a little bit. I'd agree with that.
There's no rush to get rid of Laporte. You know, maybe you only play one of them this week against Spurs. You know, but yeah.
Yeah. Not on to the next question. I hope that answers that for you, Nuclear. But on to FPL Quinner, another winner. It's shock, isn't it? They're. Quinner the winner, absolutely killing it.
Winner Ian Quinner.
Absolutely killing it this year. He's just outside the top 1K, 1.3 or 1.13, I can't remember K, just outside it. And also the winner of our top of the league in December, or top of the league by December gift pack thing. He asks, if you had to commit right now to a game week to hit the wildcard button, what game week would it be? Which is a bit of I like the question. It's a bit kind of open, do you know what I mean? And yeah, I guess I probably should have segued into towards the end of the show, but maybe for me, after our pre-pod conversations, I'm leaning towards this week. If I was podding, if I had to wildcards, if I had to really pick a wildcard as opposed to, you know, just waiting until the double game week 36, which I think is the safe bet. You know, wait till that's announced. Wildcard maybe a couple of weeks before it, and that's easy. But if I had to pick kind of like outside of that, it's probably this week, because you can kind of set up for 27 the potentials. What about you, Patty? When would you wildcard?
Well, I'm wildcarding right now on the show.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You're not. Have you decided?
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it. Look. And there it is. 10 changes.
Okay, he's showing it
right there for the YouTubers.
This is something we were talking about.
See the whiteness of your screen.
And they're just fucking hitting the button there, and it's done.
Yeah, this is something we were chatting about off air because we were looking at whether or not this was.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
Look at all the fucking doublers. Oh my god, like it's different, you know. Whenever you're just doing, the, you know, in the old transfer screen, you can see them all. But then when I confirmed it and look at my team, oh my fucking god.
It's pretty.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double game week players.
That's good.
Starting.
Yeah. I see you're using the app. I'm not sure I endorse that.
I've used the app all my life and I've never had a problem with it, to be honest.
The app is a pile of shit. It's a joke, and FPL, the official crowd, should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Because there's actually people that rely on that. I won't use that. I will refuse to use it. I'll use Chrome. I'll go into the FPL website via the internet on my phone, or the internet browser on my phone, or I'll use it on my, you know, obviously my PC or something like that. But fuck the app. It's disgusting.
I'm going into the website here now, just so.
But yeah, if I make a change on the phone, I always just refresh it in the browser and see, okay, if those changes gone through, okay, fair enough.
Which is just defeats the entire fucking purpose of it. It's a disgrace. But
well, I just tell you fucking straight up, I've never ever had a problem with it.
Fair enough, and obviously there's some kind of Donegal fucking voodoo.
It's all refreshed. It's all fucking refreshed. It looks perfect. So thank you.
So basically, Paddy, you're saying yes to a wildcard this week.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to, Seamus, but then you called me bizarre on WhatsApp.
Let's save this towards the end, okay? Let's put a pin in it
Wasn't
because
bizarre
it is. It's such a
dirty
loaded
fucking word.
word.
You might as well have called me a cunt.
No, I actually was surprised that you took such offense to the word bizarre. But you know,
Yeah, me too.
for the purpose of the show,
No,
I'm willing
I didn't
to.
take offense to the word
You
bizarre,
started
okay?
sending-
It was the way he said it. He said he loaded it up.
How? It's written
He
words.
loaded it up. No, I know Seamus. He just loaded
It's
Yeah.
a legit criticism when you don't have Salah or Trent in your team or Bowen.
Okay. So do you want to...
No, I don't.
No,
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 let's
no.
put a pin in the Paddy. We'll save it for the end of the show.
Okay.
The wild cards.
Pinned.
Pinned.
Fucking
Let's
pinned.
finish the fucking because you're gonna. We could spend a whole fucking half an hour talking about this.
Okay.
But just to answer FPL Quinner's question, I'm saying 26. You're obviously saying game of 26 because you've just said your wildcard and Paddy. Seamus,
Yeah.
give us.
I think 26 is a bad week to do it, but
Fuck you, Seamus.
Couldn't have given us a holy fucking matrimony there.
because you can't play a chip, you can't play another chip. You want to play your triple captain or bench boost or something. But no, look, in your position there, Paddy, I think this is the best option for you
Hey,
because it
well,
sets you up nicely.
I don't give a fuck about the chip, the triple captain chip. Sure, every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry and his fucking dog is going to be using the triple captain chip in Salah anyway.
So
Yeah, true.
when he
So,
gets
uh,
6 goals, you're gonna be like, well, why are you getting him in your
Well, he
wildcard
won't
team
even
then?
Fucking start because I want.
Oh, sorry, it's triple captain.
He's the
Just
best player
focus
in
on triple
FPL.
captain.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
the best player in FPL last 4
Yeah,
or 5 years. so.
I'm going to triple captain fucking Robertson next week.
Why not? But Seamus, do you want to maybe offer a different option other than game week 26?
I've been leaning towards 28 because that's when the fixture swings for teams like Chelsea and stuff like that kind of occur. Arsenal's games are, very good as well going forward, so you want to have players like that, and it will allow you to kind of get past their blank next week. They blank and Liverpool blank next week.
When's
So,
the FA Cup fifth round?
Is that game week 30? Is that,
Well,
And,
it is. Yeah. It's okay.
or is that
Can-
game week? Is that sixth round?
No, you're right.
Can I just interrupt you guys for 1 second? I know you're having your really chat there, and I'll just there. I can't play
Or-
triple captain after I play my wildcard. Okay.
Can you?
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can.
No, you
yes, you can. Yeah, there is my team, right? And there is my.
I don't trust anything in that app, Paddy.
We've had this discussion.
Active, confirm. It's only if you play a fucking free hit.
Okay, fine,
can't-
fine.
you
Calm
can't.
down.
All right.
So are you saying then for game week 26 that you are going to do 2 chips?
Yes.
You can't do that's.
No,
you
I'm
can
with
only-
him. He does. He needs this. He needs this more than anybody right now, Seamus.
I'm going to triple captain.
Salah. Yeah.
Salah.
Yeah. Let's finish that sentence for you, Paddy.
There it is. Look, boom. Confirm.
Sure,
So
that's
you've
not right.
wildcarded triple. Well, it seems. I mean, although, did you just drop your phone on purpose? You froze just as your phone disappeared.
Yeah, I
I
smashed
thought-
it.
But yeah, no, that's right, James. He's done it. He's only gone and done it.
I've only gone and fucking
Are
done.
we
That's
just
2
bypassing
chips.
this? You can't play 2 chips in one. Like that's the thing, right?
Liverpool.
I'm not-
Liverpool.
Well, he just did
scored.
it. He's
Liverpool
just done it in front of
scored.
you.
I've fucking done it.
On a dodgy app.
I've done the impossible.
No,
Touch you.
no. He's probably right. I think it is just free hit triple
Yeah.
captain or something like that.
You see
You
me
probably
play
can
FPL.
wildcard whenever you want. Yeah.
I feel like we need to pause this because I think if we're talking about this now, we need to just confirm the rules.
We're not talking about it now, but
Seamus,
we will leave the triple captain decision there. He's saying he's done it, and we can finish the drunk tank. And wait
Only
until
one
the
chip
end
can
of
be
the show.
played in a single game week.
Is the wildcard a chip?
No,
Yes, it
no,
is.
it's not.
If you go under the chip section of the rules, under help rules chips can be played to enhance your team performance. Only one chip can be
You're
played in a single
reading
game.
steroids again.
The chips available are as follows: bench boost, free hit, triple captain, wildcard. You can't combine them. You can't do a wildcard and a bench boost. You can't do a. We know that. You can't do a wildcard.
Well, what? Can you see that?
Paddy, good luck to you, and I hope you're not crying into your chips or your Guinness on the weekend when you kind of go, "Why isn't my triple captainship fucking endorsed?" It's because you're using a shitty fucking app. Get on a fucking browser.
Can you clip this?
Gotta
Can you clip this in this fucking meltdown?
It's
clip
not
it
gonna
out
work.
or make a.
No, I mean clip it so we can play it next week.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I hope
Yeah.
I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
No,
but
you
like,
don't. You hope I'm crying in the.
Yeah, you just said that, James. You can't hope you're right.
Don't you fucking dare say the shit.
I hope a lot of things.
You
okay?
threaten these Guinness and these chips. You leave them alone.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah,
if this is the
yeah,
case, then
but-
everyone would always just wildcard it straight into a triple captain.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean,
We've been talking
I
about
think
this for
people leave
years.
their.
No,
Twitter.
I'm
I'm not
doing this
saying
right.
I'm very confused right now. I'm not saying who's right or wrong. I would have definitely been on your side, Seamus. You're saying you read the rules right there. Paddy's saying he's activated the triple captain on his app. So, I mean, don't blame me for wanting to believe both of you. You know, I definitely didn't think it was possible. And I guess this is something we'll have to revisit next week. But that isn't going to affect whether
Paddy, why don't you just bench boost? Try and bench boost there
yeah,
instead
actually,
of
try and bench boost as well. Do all of the three of them.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Imagine that, bench boosted and triple captain into a wild card. I'm out of here.
Do you know what? Look, I just deactivated it.
Deactivated what? Triple cap?
Try and activate the bench
Double
boost.
captain, yeah.
See, that's the thing. Activating it mightn't.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want. Yeah.
You can bench boost too. Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely can.
I can't look there. Bench boost. I can activate the bench boost if I want. Look.
No, yeah, I know, but you definitely can't wipe
Yeah,
out bench
you
boost
can't
in the
wipe
same
out
week.
bench
So
boost,
that's
okay.
definitely not going to work.
Well, I can look.
See, this, folks, is why I said it about the app.
That doesn't mean
I've
anything.
just,
buddy.
I've
That
just
doesn't mean
fucking
anything.
done it.
Oh
Look.
my god.
Boom. I'm triple captain here as well. There we go. Boom.
I hope that answered your question sufficiently, Quinner. I think it was quite informative, if I may say so.
Oh, I
28
can't wait
winner.
for me triple captain points.
It's gonna be so sweet.
I'll
Oh,
take that
accidentally
Wildcard.
triple captain fucking Jimenez, who blanked twice. But no, that's you're saying 28 Seamus. I think for the purpose of keeping this question relatively short, I'm saying 26. I'm sticking with my answer of 26, and Paddy's obviously in agreement. We had another question this week. It came in from Steve Scully, and he's asked, is it riskier to triple captain Salah this double game week, or is it riskier to not triple captain them? Like, again, he's basically saying, do you triple captain Salah this week? Yeah, I know. Whoever the fuck wrote the questions this week really is trying to take the piss out of us. Between Amarino and Steve, it's like fair enough.
Yeah.
Triple captain or not triple captain Salah this week, Paddy?
Yeah, so I've triple captained him, so yeah, I think you should triple captain him. I've wildcarded, I'm triple captained, and I've just checked on the website, and yeah, it's all good. And if I want, I can take that triple captaincy off and do a bench boost instead. But I think I'll just go with triple captaincy.
I think you should combine them. I think you should do a triple captaincy and a bench boost at the same time. Imagine the benefits.
You can't do two chips.
You can do anything on that app, Paddy.
No,
Apparently you can, yeah.
You can't do those two. You can wildcard. You can combine a wildcard with another chip. Obviously you wouldn't with a free hit because that would be defeating the purpose. But you can wildcard.
Would you call it a wild triple captain chip then?
Yeah, it's a fucking. You can call it whatever you want. It's
wild triple captain card.
It's a wild. I'm
it.
going with a wild triple cap.
If they change those rules this year, I just think we would have found
Wouldn't
out
that be
before
so
game week
funny?
26.
Yeah.
I think someone would have found out on Twitter in
Dozens
game week
of-
five.
It's been the way though.
Yeah, this is the way. But
have
that's
spoken.
yeah, you said it, and that's the way it is. And next week we're going to be the ones crying into our coffee
We'll have,
as
we'll
Paddy's
have pie in our
laughing.
face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
we'll
whole
look
lot
very
of pie.
foolish.
But do you
but
honestly believe this isn't going to work? Like this is.
I honestly believe that's not going to work.
This is on. This is on.
it's definitely not going to work. It's
Definitely
definitely
not
not going to
gonna
work. And
God.
it doesn't matter. You'll be looking back. Oh, I
We-
still have a
look-
triple captainship. It'll be
Yeah.
amazing. But that ends this week's drunk tank.
We
and-
didn't answer Steve's question, did we? What was it?
Well, we have the answer. We're all going to triple captains out of this week.
Oh,
even
yeah.
even Paddy, against his fucking will, is going to defeat physics and triple captain Paddy or triple captain Salah,
Effective.
wildcard or wildcard or no wildcard.
You could triple captain someone else, but you want to be triple captaining a Liverpool player this week. You could captain Trent. Triple
Trent,
captain
I think,
even.
is
Yeah, but that is risky. I would, I would stick with the best point scorer in FPL for like 3 of the last 4 seasons or something like that, and trust he's going to haul against these teams. He's their penalty taker.
Let me ask you: do you think he gets reduced minutes?
Yeah.
I don't. I think he plays well. Maybe he comes
What
off.
did you say the score in that Liverpool match was, Paddy? The Liverpool are
1-0 there, so it was
okay,
Was it?
that's
Firmino.
for me now. I mean, he's really the double game weaker that we're all overlooking.
He's going to be the guy that probably will be.
Yeah, well, knowing the way this shit goes, yeah, Salah's definitely blanking, and he's doing jack shit. But his 81 minutes in that is gone, and Salah is obviously still on the pitch.
And he hasn't scored now in how many minutes?
Since he came back from African Cup of Nations,
Yeah.
81 plus 30 plus 90. I'd say that's roughly about what it is. For someone that's just wildcarded into and triple captain Salah, you're very negative on what he might.
No, I'm
return.
buzzing. Because
Yeah.
he's keeping it all for the double game week.
Yeah, exactly.
Never doubted him.
but I mean,
Never
like,
doubted him.
You're talking Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday. and then Sunday for the cup final. So
And then
Yeah.
he's
like
bit-
they do that. They do that
Cup
all the
final.
time.
I think
Do
it's
we need
definitely
Salah to beat Leeds and Norwich?
that's the thing. I think it's
Do we need him for the cup
definitely
final?
an option, but who gives a shit? Like I just if he's playing, I want him to. No, I mean, who gives a shit? I'm not going to worry about the if he gets rotated question because it's not guaranteed. He probably could do damage in 20 fucking minutes against either of those teams, as we've seen him multiple times before. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not even thinking about that. I'm triple captain Salah. I do think Trent is a good like I'd have no issues with anyone captain Trent. I think that's when you look at how many times he's
2-0.
outscored Salah. Is it 2-0 now?
Mm-hmm.
I'd love if Salah scored. Is it Salah? Tell me it's
By
Salah.
the way, Robertson assisted Firmino.
There you go. And he's. I don't think he's quite in the same level as Trent, but if there was
Jota came off at halftime.
Guys, do you think I should?
It was Mo Salah.
Do you think I should? Was
Salah
it Salah?
assist?
No,
Never,
Salah goal.
never doubted him.
Salah
never
goal.
doubted
There
him
you
for a
go.
second. Never
Yeah.
doubted him.
Well,
do you
that's
think I
put
should
the
bench boost instead?
No, I don't, because we've already talked about a wild card, and that would be a whole different conversation.
No, but I have wildcarded, so I'm just thinking about bench boosting along with that.
Oh, like with the triple, and no, I think triple captain. But
I have a
yeah,
nice bench.
I hope that answers Steve's. Yeah, you do, and we'll get to it. But I hope that answers Steve's question in regards to is it riskier or not to triple captain Salah? I don't see how it's in any way risky to triple captain him. Do you, Seamus?
It's not risky.
What's the risk is like he blanks, but everyone else is triple captain him anyway.
Yeah.
I mean the risk is to go against what he's going to be definitely 250% EO over 200%.
I think the risk is not paying attention to the game week deadline, and that's what I'd be more.
The question is it a waste of a triple captaincy chip?
It's not a waste. I mean, like I think for me every year I look at the first two double fixtures that I really, think a player could do damage in, and I don't give a fuck about EO or any of that shit. I just go, this is a player I want to have triple captain in either of those fixtures.
Yeah,
and the fact that he's playing the two of them, the fact that he's got the two of them in 1 week, I'm like, I don't even want to think about that. That's fine.
If Harry Kane was playing
brainer.
these two fixtures, or if Ronaldo or Lukaku or someone was playing this, you'd be thinking these guys immediately. But so I think people are overthinking it. It's like, it's got to be a Liverpool player here, and it's Mo Salah is the standout one. You could go for Jota, but
and you get a bit of action in the double game week if you're not using another chip. Do you know, like if you're not bench boosting, you're not wildcarding. There's that little bit more of a kind of this is a special game week because it's not just a double game week, but my triple captain's active. And there's not a rake of game weeks left, is there?
I'll put it this way though: I would bench boost if my team was set up for it. Okay, but like Dunk got sent off last week, and Gray has a kind of a flag on him. If it was set up and I thought, I could get 20 points from my bench boost, I'd just do that, and I'd save my triple captain because Salah's probably not going to get more than 20 points. If he does well, he'll get 20 points. You would say maybe he'll get 30 points.
Would you bench boost this bench here? I'm going to call out you right, Foster.
Because you can't bench boost and wildcard at the same time. You don't.
Well, you can.
You can't.
Foster, Bowen, Livramento, and Ramsey.
Have you already hit the wildcard button?
Yeah.
Well, it's too late, so it doesn't fucking matter.
My triple captain's fucking active at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
You can do both.
So what is it? It's Foster.
I'm gonna put a question out here while you start fucking.
Yeah. But no, tell me, what is it? I'll tell you if I bench boost this. Foster.
I'm gonna not listen to you.
Foster, Bowen, Livramento, and Ramsey.
And don't put Bowen.
Well, why would Bowen even be on the bench?
Yeah,
because I've got Son, Salah, and Saka.
You do not have.
Saka's got a double.
Who's your forward?
So you're looking at your wildcard team saying, would I bench boost that?
I've got. I maybe put on Bowen ahead of Broja.
Yeah, you're looking at your fucking wildcard team. What are you like? That doesn't matter if you bench boost it, because it's not going to work. That is one of the only ones. Like I'm 100% sure the bench boost thing. Whatever about the free hit or the triple captain, never thought about that. But going back to reality, Paddy. While you put out a poll, I'm assuming on Twitter. What is the crack for game week 26? We said we're going to look at it. We're going to look at it in terms of a free hit. So, Seamus, you have a couple of options tied up. Now, we are 50 minutes into this week, so we're not going to, dissect it fucking position by position, but you've put together a bit of a free hit squad, am I right?
My free hit squad? I think Paddy just took my free hit squad and transferred it in. I'm not sure.
You gave it to me.
Yeah.
I'll let you two chat. I'm going to nip off for a second, but work away.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, the free hit squad I came up with for you is slightly different. So I was going for triple Liverpool in my free hit squad. Well, Ramsdale in goals. Okay, I think I just went with Foster as a backup keeper for 4.1. But you'd be playing him next week against United away, which isn't ideal. But you could go somewhere else there. But Ramsdale in goal this week. I would go for. Oh, sorry, this is a free hit team, so it doesn't matter about next week. Ramsdale in goal. Triple Liverpool, Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, and Salah, as opposed to Jota would be sacrificed there. I went with Saka for Arsenal in midfield, Son in midfield as well, Bowen as a single game week player is in there, Ramsey just as a cheap fifth because you got to have a cheap fifth. I had Cancelo. Oh, actually, you know what? Considering it's a free hit team, I'd probably just free hit out Cancelo for the week. I would put in an Arsenal defender like Tierney in there, and Cody would be another one in there. And then you're talking about Dennis and probably Jimenez up front. That's what I went with. If you could get it to Lacazette. Actually, sorry, no. I've already made my 3 Arsenal players there. That's enough there with Broha as a cheap third striker and any old fifth midfield defender. So that would give you a starting lineup of Robertson, Trent, Tierney, Cody for the back. Then you're talking Saka, Son, Salah, Bowen, Jimenez and Dennis, and a bench of Ramsey, Broha, and another with Ramsdale on goal. I think that's what I would probably go with this week.
Very nice. I like.
Yeah.
I'm being slaughtered on Twitter. People are saying that no, you can't do that, and you've been playing this game since the Stone Age, etc., etc. But I have. It is actually showing up here that I have wildcarded and I have a triple captaincy active.
This is exactly what we're telling you, though. That app is like crap, and it screws people over all the time and doesn't save transfers and tells them they're doing something that they can't do, and then it won't allow you to do it, and then you're going to be distraught when your bench boost doesn't work or your triple captaincy doesn't work or save.
But I actually,
for the love of God, don't tell me I've walked back and you're still talking about this fucking chip thing.
I put a thing up on Twitter, and I'm being slaughtered saying how you only start.
You basically put up a question going, how much of a fucking FPL dipshit am I?
Well, let's just see. I've fucking got it all up here.
You got it all. Tits up is why you've got it all. But going back to the free hit team, what have I missed? Have you done goalkeepers and defenders?
I'll do it there. I'll call it the team I went with. Because it's a free hit, you don't have to worry about next week's team. So I think Ramsdale is the outstanding choice for goalkeeper this week. I've gone for the defence of double Liverpool, Robertson, Alexander-Arnold. I've gone for Tierney as second Arsenal defender, and Cody, a Wolves defender in there. It doesn't have to be Cody. Sorry, I just put in Cody. That could be Sice if you have the budget. If not, you could go Kilman. Those are the 3, but I'd probably go with Sice for his goal threat. In midfield, I've got Saka, Son, Salah, and I'd still stick in Bowen based on his form in there. Could easily get another double-digit haul.
You can't get him. You can't get him out right now. Like, he's on fire. It's crazy.
No, not at all. But for on a free hit, I'd still have him.
Yeah, no, exactly. 100%. Yeah, no.
And up front, there's not a whole lot to inspire with the forwards. I just went with Jimenez and I just stuck Dennis in there as well. To be honest, forward positions are the ones I give the least amount of thought to, purely because there's none of them that appeal. Don't really like the Edward option. I don't think I'll play both games. You could stick a Burnley forward in there, but I don't think we'll find out much about Weghorst. So Jay Rodriguez maybe doesn't appeal. I would just stick in.
Looking at Burnley's double, right? So we should have probably mentioned this, and you did warn us about it before we went on air. But the teams who double in game week 26. So you've got Crystal Palace are doubling, Burnley are doubling, Liverpool are doubling, Leeds are doubling, Tottenham and Wolves. I think that's all of them. And of those, and Arsenal, obviously Arsenal, the big one, Brentford and Wolves. But of those, Arsenal are blanking next week. Liverpool are blanking next week, so they're the 2 teams that if you're looking to kind of balance out. Obviously, it doesn't matter if you're free hitting, but the point is, of Burnley's double, Seamus, Brighton and Tottenham, Brighton away, Tottenham at home. Like, do you think, like, offensively, like, do you see anything in that for Burnley?
I don't see anything offensively for Burnley anytime this season. Good fixtures are bad,
Yeah.
but they're in a battle and they'll roll up their season. They'll try and keep it tight. And the way Spurs are at the moment, Burnley beating Spurs 1-0.
So
I could envision that. Brighton,
Spurs, Crystal Palace, and Leicester. How many goals do you think Burnley will get in those three? Those four. And that's a genuine question because I'm like, I don't see many myself.
Brighton, Burnley this week. I could see 2 goals this week. 1 goal to 2 goals this week. Not a whole lot. But next week, Burnley, Leicester, Burnley, Crystal Palace.
No. Brighton. Sorry, no. Brighton.
Yeah,
this is Burnley's fixtures I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So Brighton, Spurs, Crystal Palace, and Leicester. So this week, Brighton, Spurs. Do you see much goals in Burnley's for Burnley?
Yeah, in those games, I can see him scoring 1 against Brighton. I can see him scoring 1 against Spurs.
Oh, okay. 2 goals this week, and then next week, Crystal Palace away, Leicester at home.
I could see 3 goals in that because Leicester are terrible, especially at set pieces. And Burnley are big, 6'5", Veghorst up front. They've also got a load of defenders, so I can see goals there.
So 5 goals, you reckon, in the next 4 matches for Brighton?
Weeks.
Oh yeah, no, interesting. Yeah, no, fair enough. That's the main thing. It is just 2 game weeks, and I disagree. That's why I'm not too worried about a Burnley striker, but. Like, I don't know, Jay Rodriguez. The Veghorst thing really put a spanner in the works because I think after his assist against United, it was like, oh, maybe he is, the new Chris Wood, all this kind of shit. And then he's, we're going to have to wait for confirmation of that. Like, if you don't get Burnley in this week, if you don't get an offensive asset in this week, do you even look at game week 27 and for that double, or do you just go, no, make your decisions?
No, absolutely. I mean, I'm actually considering going without this week, but I will look at them in 27.
Okay,
definitely, because it's a double. I mean, the double this week isn't the greatest, and there's other better fixtures out there I'd rather target, and so I don't really want to take a hit for these Burnley players. One of the tweets I put out this week, which got like way too much on big Twitter,
just
but
for your own
I got a ton of I got a ton of traction on it. I just like FPL Twitter, don't fall into the trap of buying players from crap teams just because they have a double game week. We all did that with Watford. Also, FPL Twitter, boot Weghorst going to be my captain in game week 27. It's you're seeing both of these things happening there. Like it's got like 96 likes. I don't really get too many likes like that. So I'm no FPL Marston. Yeah, but that I think sums it up. I don't think Burnley are a team to really target. But in a game week of 27, if you've got players that aren't performing well, you need to move money around. I can totally see them as a viable option. But I'm going to wait because we'll know in 26 then if he's fit or not. If he doesn't play both games, you're not getting him in 27. And there's no one really in that team that you'd really want. Jay Rodriguez, not really for
someone
me.
I considered last week when I was still, I had Ramsdale and I had no sub keeper. So with Arsenal's blank in 25, I was like weighing up De Gea, and then I went, you know what, Burnley double, fucking 26, 27. Nick Pope, sure, fuck De Gea, fuck United. I'm just gonna go Nick Pope. More expensive than David De Gea. I was like, how did that catch me off guard? Like, that's something I probably should have expected, but I suppose he's been such a non-option since his, since the high peaks of 2 seasons ago, I think it is at this stage. He's rarely entered my thoughts, and I assumed he'd be somewhat valuable, but he's not. And if I was looking at defensive options, I guess it would be the likes of me or Tarkovsky, for a bit of that goal threat.
Just go for a second.
Yeah, the defenders look more appealing than the forward options. The Veghorst is kind of interesting because he's new to the league and he could be good. Maybe they've bought someone who is Cornet. He's like, oh, this guy actually is good. Maybe he's too good for Burnley, but maybe they can put goals in him.
Dyche coming out this week and said that Cornet isn't Premier League fit yet. Interesting.
Yeah, he keeps breaking down. He's just, he plays a couple of games, he gets injured, he comes off injured as well. Plus, as good a player as he looks at times, he's had some amazing finishes. They're the sort of ones that finishes that don't seem like they can be maintained. He's keep scoring those low XG chances on a regular basis. So if I was past fit, it would definitely be Veghorst over Cornet. But the centre backs are interesting enough. Me or Tarkowski, I don't know if I go with them over an Arsenal player, but if you're in a position where you don't want a free hit next week and you don't want to have 3 Arsenal, because we're all going to have 3 Liverpool, then one of those guys could be okay. And Pope could be a brilliant option over the next couple of weeks. But I'm sitting in my team with Ramsdale, so I'm obviously going to back
Yeah,
him.
that's the thing. I mean, it's kind of what made me go. Obviously, like, part of me was thinking like, oh, I could not have a keeper last week, but the fact that Arsenal also blanked in 27, I was like, yeah, no, I need to sort out this Ramsdale issue, and but I think in the long run, I want him to be in between the sticks, and I think that's probably going to be till the end of the season. But that's enough goalkeeper talk, and it's probably enough Burnley talk, because I don't think either of us are massively swung on them for game week 26. Paddy's back with us. Any other double game, like looking at Spurs there for game week 26? Obviously, there's the Kane and Son dilemma. I mean, I've already made my transfer. I mean, spoiler alert, I've got Ronaldo out. I was afraid he'd rise in price last night, and the plans I have are pretty budget specific. So I made the transfer last night, and I got Ronaldo out and brought Kane in, with the idea that if everything went tits up and, like, I don't know, Kane fucking tears a hamstring or something like that between now and Saturday, I could, maybe free hit or whatever. I have the two still. That's why I was a bit risky with, before the end of the game week. But Kane's in there now. I'd rather have Son, but I'm not taking hits, and I've still got that premium striker option in my team set up, and I'm not wildcarding, so I can't really change that right now. But I'm assuming, Paddy, for example, you're being agree with me in the sense that Son is the better option than Kane.
Oh yeah. It's definitely with the money and everything that you get to save. So
yeah, you're right. The money,
I'd be all for that.
But it's team specific. I mean, like, Kane made perfect sense there. I mean, Kane is probably the best captain or forward option, over the next 2, maybe 3 game weeks. Certainly over this game week and next, there's no real strikers that stand out as I really want. Certainly not more than Kane, but I just prefer Son as in FPL. Just as I said, you're saving that bit of money. It's hard to feel confident captaining Kane, and same with Son at the minute. So I want to have the cheaper player for my money there at that point.
I think, like, for the captaincy, I'm with you in the sense that, like, this week, obviously, no doubts, Liverpool are the team I'll be looking at with the captaincy, but it's game week 27, no Liverpool, Arsenal are gone as well. I wouldn't have stocked up in Chelsea. They're blanking, Chelsea are blanking as well, and Man City have an away match against Everton. That's where my Spurs captaincy is kind of like away to Leeds. I think that's an okay fixture. Like, Leeds are top for chances conceded over the last few. Do you know?
I love it. Do you want to hear my my moves for next week?
Go for it.
Okay, so this week, obviously, the plan is just a straightforward Fernandes to Salah swap. Okay, I'll consider other hits, but I think I'm just going to do that and rock in there with 7 double game weekers, single game week fixtures that are kind of okay. But for 27, I'll be taking a hit. It'll be Dennis to Broha and Saka to Son. So to hear that you've got Kane is music to my ears, because it means we can keep going with the other options. That was my planned move, so I'm kind of happy to hear that. Now, obviously, you could decide you're getting Son in as well. I don't know. Next week.
Well, now that you've said that, I was clearly going to do that. All I do is shield moves.
You don't do that.
I'm joking.
It's a bit early for it, but if you can, if you want. But not really going to hide my moves too much yet. But that's my planned move, because I think Broha coming up has got amazing fixtures, and next week I don't have to do it next week, but I do.
Well, I have Broha, so.
Well, what I got to do is I got to sell one of my 3 Liverpool players, or I got to sell Saka. So I could sell Jota possibly, or I could sell Saka. I'm not selling Salah. I just got to make him. Trent's not going anywhere.
But you're not going to sell Saka before another double game week, are you?
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. That's why I could sell Jota, but they've got a nice fixture in game week 28 against Watford, so I might be tempted to keep him. But have they announced a double game week for Arsenal? When is it likely to be? It's possibly.
I have no idea why I even fucking said that. I think I'm listening to too much FPL content. Like, in my head, I went, "Wait a minute, why But Arsenal do have another fixture to be.
They do. Yeah, and it could be in 28 against Chelsea, I think, isn't that it?
Yeah, I think that's what I heard Planet FPL went on about. I think that's what I heard.
And if that does happen, then against Watford and Chelsea, if that was announced before the 27 deadline, I would obviously keep him. I would sell Jota at that point.
Yeah.
But I do need to make up a bit of money to get him up to Son, so I'd probably sell Dennis, who's shite anyway, or King for Broha. Thus freeing up money. So yeah, I think I don't mind taking a hit. I think that would pay off long term. Broha seems to be quality, so yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's pretty much a decent free hit squad kind of discussed there. I think we can kind of merge it into Paddy's wildcard. We've already touched on this, and
Yes.
We've obviously taken game week 26 into consideration. We're already mentioning the blanks and stuff, and yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at it here again. I had it up there briefly a while ago, so anyone on YouTube would have seen it. But for the audio listeners, Paddy, would you care to run through your current team post wildcard? And do not feel the need to mention bench boost or triple captain.
Okay. By the way, just to clear up the bench boost and triple captain, there's obviously a glitch going on.
Yeah.
And someone has said that they've seen someone do this before, and after the deadline, because they had the triple captain activated also, the wild card didn't count, and they took all the hits for the amount of transfers.
So Seamus was right. So at the end of the day, us questioning their dodgy ass fucking app is probably the right bet, I'd say. Is it?
Yeah, but I knew that. I was just joking.
I know you did.
Yeah. So, but
you're playing the part, Petty. You're playing the part, and that's why we fucking love you.
Got you, good guys. Got you, suckers. No, but I mean, seriously, even on the laptop and the app, I was able to do that. And do you know what's happening now as well?
I don't know. What is
see
happening?
See when I tried to make transfers. When I make transfers,
yeah,
they're all coming up as hits. On top of my, so I can't fiddle about with my wild card, like.
Well, I can't be dealing with this in the middle of a podcast, Petty.
Okay.
Have you tried turning it on and off again?
I'm just telling you. Look,
yeah. You don't need to, because you don't.
I just wanted to clear that up.
I appreciate it, and you don't need to worry about filling your team because you've got the perfect wildcard team set up here. Run through it for us, Petty.
So you want my team, my wildcard team?
Yeah, if you would be so kind.
All right, okay. So thank you very much, Seamus and Jer, for coaxing me into
#play your own game.
Give me a little push into doing this as well.
For the record, before you say it, you're saying thanks for the push. I said the other day I wouldn't.
No,
but you also then did a wildcard team for him. You also went, here's the team I would do right now, Paddy. Have a look at this. How do you put that fucking plate in front of someone and then go, I'm not saying wildcard?
I said I would only do the wildcard if I could set up properly for the game weeks ahead, and I feel that this wildcard team does do that, even though someone has tweeted me and said, "Look, that's a shit wildcard team." There's
really?
Five of those players.
Where do they live? We'll sort them out.
Five of those players have blanks in 27.
Yeah, but but is that including your goalkeeper?
He didn't see my bench. He didn't see my bench. He didn't. That's what I replied to him and called him a cock.
It's yeah. And I reported him.
I said that's why I've got a bench, you cock. Anyway, so Ramsdale's in nets. Okay. Trent, Robertson, Cody, and Cancelo.
Boom, back four.
Yeah, I'm thinking about moving out Cancelo for the crack, but then...
No, don't. Jesus, you just got Trent in. Don't fucking move out Cancelo.
It's coming up as a -4, so I won't... Even though I'm on a wild card.
Some wild card, Jesus.
So, midfield is Son, Salah, Saka, and Bowen.
Ramsey on the bench.
Yeah, forward line is Jimenez and Dennis.
No, is it? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it fucking is, because it's in front of me.
It's in front of me.
2 eyes that are in my head.
Who's your last...
And then my bench is Foster, Broja, Livramento, because why the fuck would you move Livramento out at 4.3? And his fixtures are taking a turn, aren't they, Seamus?
Yeah.
That's man!
They are, and that's what I'm doing for Broja more particularly, but
and Ramsey.
And Ramsey, yeah. Who's your... Oh, yeah, Broja, yeah. Yeah, I love it. It's very similar to kind of what I was...
fucking love it. You picked it, you fucking...
I don't know, but what I would say there is, since we discussed it as well, like Livramento, is he nailed? I thought he was, and I thought, it's purely because, he didn't only play 30 minutes last game or whatever it was, because, he's just come back from serious injury. But, Walker Peters has been playing very good on the right. I don't know anything about your man Pro on the left, or Pro, whatever you pronounce it.
That's French. I think you said Pro.
Jur reliably informs me that he's been playing really, really good. So
no, I said Walker Peters has been playing really, really good, and Pro's been playing good too.
I do like the team. I'll probably go to bed and change about 6 players, but it is cool.
I think like with that team, there's only 2 or 3 players on the fringes I'd consider changing. Most of it would be locked in. Would you want to change?
What players would you consider changing? Foster for right. You did mention you were looking at Brentford. Reyes on the way back.
Yeah, well, whatever. Depends how much money you have.
No, you said I'm all about Brentford right now.
Yeah, you did say that.
Well, the only reason I said that is he's 4.3, so he's like the next cheapest starting keeper in the game, and he's got a nice game week 27 fixture, so you could just have him just for that game week 27 fixture. But you'd have to look out and kind of extrapolate and say who's likely to blank in game week 30. Although, so maybe it would work better to have someone else. But look, just off top, and I mentioned Rhea, but maybe you want someone else. Maybe you want to change Dennis. Maybe he's no good. You want to get rid of him.
A double.
But like Seamus, you're all about the fucking like the state of FPL forwards right now, and you're not wrong. I agree with you. I happen to have a lot of money invested in, but I think there's no good options. Like who? How do you go cheaper than that? That isn't a non-playing striker.
Ida, I go something like Ida or something like that.
4. Yeah, fair enough.
4.9.
I just think with the double and like Watford,
but he might like depending on what his budget is. Because I said I don't know. You could Livermento could be someone you could change. How much have you got left over, Paddy, in the bank?
I've got 0.3.
0.3, so you ain't got much to move around with. You don't necessarily have to have Jimenez. That could be if you got news on Weghorst, you could get Weghorst in there, take that extra 0.9 you'd save on him, or 0.8 you'd save on him,
turn it sideways and shove it straight up Livermento's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see. There's a bit of time, so
there is, and
there's a good spine or a core of a team there now.
The main thing is you have now got Salah and Trent, which is what you did
Robertson.
not have, and Robertson, of course, but you don't have Jota, so I was kind of balancing those two out. But you now have Salah and Trent going into a week where they are going to be so fucking damaging. It's not, and I hate that we talk about this. This is not something we talked about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I guess it's, the advancement of the game in the sense that, it's more information, blah, blah, blah. But, like, effective ownership is not something I really like to base my decisions on. But it's not like it's not fun to have these two. Then that's the other side of it. It's like Trent and Salah are just, monsters that I like looking forward to every week. The same way I've always looked forward to players that have ridiculously high ceilings. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be tempted at times, is it, Seamus?
No. I'll put it this way: his team no longer looks bizarre.
Well, fuck you, Seamus.
That's the biggest compliment you could ever get, Paddy.
Do you know what? That team will probably outscore this week's team.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But I guess we can start wrapping it up there. Before we do, we've looked at Paddy's team for 26. I know, Paddy, that's not the way it's going to stay, but it's a pretty good idea of what it is right now. Seamus, how are you looking at for game week 26? What moves are you, briefly, what moves are you looking at bringing in, and who are you looking to captain?
At the minute, it's just a straightforward Bruno to Salah move. Salah, triple captain. That would give me a midfield. My double game week players then would be Ramsdale, Saka, Salah, Jota, Alexander-Arnold, and then I have the two Watford guys, unfortunately, up top, King and Dennis. I'd have single game week players in Bowen, Cancelo, Dawson, and Antonio. So I'm kind of hoping West Ham smash Newcastle. Newcastle have been much better recently, so it's not ideal. But Burn
Trippier out till May. That was interesting development.
Yeah. What? Oh, Trippier's out to May. Yeah, exactly.
What? Sure, you're not going to believe what my first transfer was. Yeah.
He said Tierney. I was like, what? That's big news. No,
I've just done dunk to Tierney. Yeah. Oh God.
I have a Dunk on the bench. I would have started Dunk against Burnley instead of Dawson against Newcastle at home, but he bloody got sent off, so I can't do that. Gray's away to Southampton. I could have considered him. He's flagged, so I'm just going to play Antonio against Newcastle. I don't really like that because he's done nothing, and I'll play Dawson at home to Newcastle and hope something happens. Look, something happened last week.
Who's the captain? Did you say? Sorry, I blanked on you.
Triple Salah.
Yeah, sorry. Obviously, stupid fucking question. That's why it's blanking. It's just not sticking because it's so fucking obvious. The triple captain not so much, but the captaincy just is obvious.
Yeah, I'm waiting for moves because I have, what do I have in the bank? I have 6 million in the bank, so
it's crazy.
Bruno to Salah, I can do.
It served you well though. I think with hindsight now we can look back and go, yeah, getting rid of Salah was definitely the right move because you did get, not you but everyone, and you too, but everyone else could You know, the De Bruyne hauls, the Bruno haul this week. You know, it was all funded by, you know, jumping off Salah. But
Yeah,
fuck
but it was
you.
also coming off the premium striker position weeks ago, which I could have just kept Salah and just put it elsewhere. But like I liked the likes of Jota and Bowen. I didn't want to be selling those guys for whoever.
Guys,
Go for it, buddy.
sorry, before you go on there, I'm just looking here at some data. So Jota subbed on the 49th minute of tonight's match.
Okay.
Manny subbed on the 59th minute.
Mm-hmm.
Salah's now played 3 90-minute plus games. Is he not due a rest?
I don't.
Just that little bit of fucking sprinkle of Salt Bay.
He was arrested, wasn't he? He was arrested a couple of games back.
Well, he was rested after all the 120 minutes of the African Cup of Nations. Do you know what I mean? So, like, you could say, look, I don't think so. I think Salah is a fucking machine. I think every time I try to worry about someone being rested, it fucks me. And I don't. It's not the way to play the game. It's like
Just saying.
no, and you're 100% right to say it. Like I'm not dismissing you. I'm just I just refuse to let that kind of naggy shit. It's overthinking a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, I think it is.
Just Captain Trent then.
I think Liverpool can handle Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, no problem. You know,
I think so. I think Salah can as well.
They're used to it. I think Salah can. And as I said, if he gets tired in one game, like, he doesn't get dropped. I mean, he's like,
even if he does get dropped and comes on for 20 minutes against them, like we said, like we know, like you saw him against Leicester. Did you watch the Leicester match?
Yeah.
He could have had 2 fucking goals. He was true on goals and hit the bar. I was like,
this is why I don't get why people were saying, "Oh, he's looked poor." I was like, I didn't see the last game, but I saw the Leicester game. I talked to a goal and assist.
I talked to a Liverpool fan yesterday about the Burnley match, and I didn't see the Burnley match either. And he was going, "Oh, but sure, 1-0 against Burnley," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "That's Premier League winning results right there." You know, going away to Burnley. They were away, weren't they? Yeah, going away to Burnley and still winning 1-0. I was like, that's. I don't give a fuck if he.
That's why I didn't get him in this week, because I was like, that could be a tricky game.
And it was, and he has never scored against Burnley. I think now that could be wrong. So if I am leaving,
well, I know he has a poor record against Burnley. I don't know if he's never scored.
But he's a terrible record against Burnley. Exactly.
I was happy to wait till this week. And
if he had got 2 goals against Leicester, you'd just shit yourself, though.
Yeah, you were saying like, oh, he's going to be rotated. Like, they're chasing City in the league.
Yeah. I did not say he was going to be rotated.
Oh no, you said he could be. You were.
No, I did not say he could. I said. Yeah, I says, what do you think? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to.
No, Seamus, put words in his mouth.
Oh, it's okay.
But they're chasing City in the league. I think City are much more likely to rotate and rest players. I think Liverpool are not going to. They're not going to cede an inch. The only time he really gets rested or dropped or anything like that, rotated, is the fixture pile up at Christmas. That's really it. And it's not a severe there.
I agree.
Playing, they're not playing 3 games in 6 days. They're playing 3 days in, 8 days.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned their City rotation. I want to get a couple of thoughts on my team before I head into game week 26. Currently, my bench is Laporte, Broja, Livramento. Now, I have no issues with Broja or Livramento on the bench. Laporte, I am currently playing Dennis double away to Villa, at home to Crystal Palace, and Trossard at home to Burnley ahead of Laporte. Is that a dreadful fucking move?
I'd play Laporte ahead of Trossard.
But I have Kane. It's fucking deadly. You're right, though. You're right. I know, because fuck Trossard.
Yeah, but he might
actually.
Kane do anything.
No. Sorry. Trossard is going to be Saka. So that's not. Yeah. No, it is. Yeah, actually, sorry. I was wondering, like, why have I got Trossard there still? No, Trossard is going to be my -4. He's turned into Saka. So basically, the question is: Dennis double fixture away to Villa, home to Crystal Palace, or Laporte at home to Tottenham? Because I have Cancelo already as well, obviously.
Tougher.
I also have Rafinha and he's double, where I'm like away to Liverpool United. I'm like, you're gonna do fucking nothing, aren't you? And Laporte's gonna be sitting there with 10 fucking points.
You don't have Davies, do you?
Yeah, but I'm sticking with that one. I'm like, I made that decision 2 weeks ago, and that plan's not fucking changing.
I might play Laporte over Davies.
Oh, I know. It's,
yeah.
So basically, Laporte. But I don't want to. I don't like having 2 players. That's the thing. It's like
Dennis or Laporte. I'd probably go with
I think
Lakers.
I'm already living in luxury land having 2 City defenders in the first place. If you ask me.
Exactly. You know, I mean, it's, as you said, anything can happen against Spurs. I mean, they are at home. You don't think anything's going to happen. You think that's a clean sheet.
think
But
it is a
you know,
clean sheet,
Harry
yeah.
Kane penalty, and you're allowed. You won't be able to enjoy that Harry Kane goal if you're like, oh, I've just lost double clean sheet now.
Yeah, no, you're right. Laporte stayed on my bench. You're fine. Yeah, damn it. You agree with him, Paddy? Tell me you agree with him.
Well, of course I agree with him.
Yeah, because if you don't, he'll send you really
Yeah,
passive
you'll
aggressive
fucking
messages
say
in
you're
WhatsApp.
bizarre.
He'll use words like bizarre.
And
Yeah, exactly.
your fine lips.
All in one go. Yeah, sorry lads, one and done. But yeah, I think we can leave it there. I'm gonna be obviously captaining Salah as well, so yeah. We can leave it there. Before we do, Paddy, it's not just the 1 year anniversary of you on the FPL Hangover. It's also almost 365 days since you started getting your dip out, and it's sending dip pics. Tell us a bit about that and where can people find you?
Yeah, it's coming up to the year now. I'm on the last 10 days of dipping 365 consecutive days in the Atlantic Ocean for numerous different charities and awareness for some great causes and things like that. And you can get me on Instagram at the Viking Dippers, where I go in there and have all sorts of shenanigans with my 2 swimming buddies. And so it's been a trip, and I'm looking forward to tying the bow on it and wrapping it up next Friday.
What do you mean wrapping it up? You're going to stop?
You want to give it up, stop it after that point? I assume, yeah.
It is a tough one to keep going with consecutive days.
I'll not go consecutive, but the swimming I'll probably keep going. But no, it's a part of my life now. I love getting into the water and having that feeling. But the 365 consecutive days, that'll be a bow on that.
You're 100% right.
Fair enough on that. I think.
Yeah, it's an incredible achievement, I think, and you should be so fucking proud of yourself.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It has to be said, fair play, because I definitely wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't doing it once. I think is an achievement, getting ice cold water in the first thing in the morning, but to kind of do it
in the height of winter with a job and with kids and wife. And, that's been the real challenge. Yeah, definitely.
So
fair play to you. If they want to reach out to you, Paddy, your Instagram was and your Twitter handle is?
The Twitter handle is at FPLViking_, and the Instagram is at the Viking Dippers.
Viking Dippers. Seamus, tell everyone where they can find your lovely face.
You find me on Twitter at FPL Hangover. No, you won't.
Yeah, I was like, you kind of will, I suppose. Yeah, indirectly, that is where you will find them.
He was so believable.
Yeah, I was like, do I not say anything about this? Because he's not really wrong. Yeah, I was like, okay.
I do have login credentials for that, I guess. At FPL Drunk, you'll find me and my laugh a minute tweets.
Laugh a minute, exactly. And if you want to reach out directly to the show, you can reach us on Twitter at FPL Hangover, and Gmail is the FPL Hangover, just FPLhangover@gmail.com. Leave out the but I think that about wraps the show up. We ran pretty long tonight, an hour and 23 minutes. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of shit. I mean, I'm sure I could edit out 20 minutes of Paddy talking about triple captaincy, whether you can play that the same week as your fucking wildcard. But
but make sure you keep in Tommy and Pam.
I'm keeping in absolutely everything. 100%, 100% raw, 100% of the time. That's what Paddy said should be our motto, and I live by that. But I guess, we'll leave it there, folks. Enjoy game week 26. I hope whatever decisions you make blow up horribly in your face, because we all want to gain a few points, and most importantly, God bless.